Today, the purpose of our session is to show prospective applicants the benefits of our talent development program, and take in terms of taking a tech course with us. We currently have 10 training partners, and today I have with me Datalium and Girl Code, both our training partners that will be discussing career journeys in the tech ecosystem and tech sector. We'll be introducing the talent development program today and talking about frequently asked questions. So if I hand over the floor to Datalium Kamal, if you just want to do an introduction of yourself and Datalium, and then followed by Temi Dio and Girl Code. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you so much, Iriaya. It's such a pleasure to be on this platform. We're so happy to be here and also add to the impact of Lagos Innovate. My name is Kamal Dendina. I'm the Chief Growth Officer at Datalium. And at the Datalium, we're a digital ecosystem geared towards upskilling tech talent with premium digital skills and also matching them with job opportunities locally and internationally. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for that, Kamal. Do you want over to you, Temi Dio? If you just give us an introduction of yourself and Girl Code.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Temidayo, and I am the programs here at Girl Code. And Girl Code is an initiative of the Next Innovation Park. What we do here is we train girls, we educate girls, and try to increase the number of girls in the tech ecosystem. So we do this by training, by landing them opportunities, internship, and what have we in the tech ecosystem. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Temidaya. So, what I want to start off with is just giving a brief background on what the talent development program is all about, what the offerings are, and basically what the benefits are. So, first of all, I'll go with what Lagos Innovates does. Lagos Innovates is one of the interventions through a Lagos State Employment Trust Fund that focuses primarily in the tech ecosystem. And what we do is we have a set of programs that we run to help the tech ecosystem in terms of the entrepreneurs as well as the businesses itself. The talent development is in partnership with Honeywell Group and Lagos State Employment Trust Fund. The implementing entity of LSTF that does this is the Lagos Innovates Desk. And what do we do? Basically, we've realized that there are a lot of people that have like a skill gap or knowledge gap. So we're funding you in a student loan model, access to finance to go and study what you need to do. And we know that there are an array of, subjects and areas of specialties that people want to learn. And what we do is we can't do it all by ourselves. So we leverage on partnering with the likes of Datalium and Girl Code at the Nest to help with obviously upskilling people in these areas of expertise. For instance, I know that I went through data analytics with Datalium, and I intend on doing the same thing with Girl My Code in terms of the subject matters and the topics that they teach there. So if I ask Datalium, the first question I want to ask is, what are the most important skills required for a tech career? And what topics or what subjects do you give at Datalium that will be of benefit to people that want to enter into the tech sector? Come here. Okay, whilst I feel like maybe Kamal might be experiencing some technical issues. Temidai, would you like to, oh, Kamal is back. So I wanted to, the question, if I repeat it, Kamal, what would you say the most important skills required for a tech career are, and how does the talent provide this for people out there or prospective applicants of this program?
Oh, okay. Thank you so much for the question. I always like to start with the fact that despite the fact people are always wanting to join into tech and they're seeing the possibilities around tech, the first thing you should consider is it starts with you, regardless of what skill it is. It starts with you, it starts with how hungry you are and what you're willing to give up in pursuing a career in tech. Yes, it's rewarding. And secondly, at Datalium, we are a data-focused upskilling project. So what we are doing basically is offering you premium digital skills, right? In areas like business analytics, data analytics, business analysis, and the likes. So these are key areas within the tech space that are seen as skills for the future of work, right? So these are some of the things we would be teaching you and will be grooming you for the future in. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kamal, for that. So what I'm hearing is that you're doing capacity building in business analytics as well
Yes.
as data analytics. And what you need to do is make sure you have the passion, because it might look rewarding, but if you don't have the tenacity or the passion to go through the courses, then it's not going to work for you. Temidai, do you mind if I actually throw the same question to you, and how Girl Code is actually responding to, like, what would you say the skills that are needed for you to go into the tech sector, and how Girl My Code is providing this for people out there?
Thank you. As Kamal rightly said, so in the tech space, there are different entries where one can join. Okay, so there are coding roles and there are non-coding skills too that are required in space. So most times people think when they hear tech bro, it's only front end coding, back end coding, anything that has to do with code. And I, for one, I don't know how to code, and I've learned Scratch at some point. But now some people tell you Scratch is just for children. I learned Scratch. I learned App Inventor. But now moving towards more roles that are not tech, that doesn't require coding. So, and that's one thing now. Maybe anybody that is looking for into a career into coding, know what inspires you, know what you have passion for. So, people are rather good with product management, but maybe what's on the street says it is front end development that is bringing in money. So you now go and wasting your data learning front end development, and it's not enter your head. So once rightly said, know what you have passion for. If it is product management, it is product design, and so once you identify what you have passion for, you know the kind of training, the kind of skills you require. Or if you take front end today, chop the app small, drop it, take back end today, drop it like that. So like you just ask, can you not have cognitive training in these areas? And at Girl Code on for this talent development program, so we currently run front end development, we run back end development, and we also run product design also too for this program also too. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Temidai, for that. So what I'm hearing again is reiterating what Kamal has said, as have focus on what you're doing, have an interest in what you're doing. And what I actually like that you highlighted that a lot of people don't know is to actually go into the tech ecosystem. You don't necessarily, everybody's not a coder. You don't have to code. There are other elements to it. But if I like, and I want to go into that, but before I go into that, let me just answer, like we have in the chat, someone has asked, Raymond asked, how can I register and how do I go about it? I've been trying to call the office line, but to no avail. I do apologize, Raymond, if you're there, that you have not been able to get through to our lines. But what I would suggest is going to our website, which is www.lagosinnovates.ng. If you go to the program and scroll down to talent development, you will see that we have 10 schools that we've partnered with. Those that have their registration open, you have a link. So you go to our page, then decide what school you want to go to, because all the subjects in which they're teaching are there. Click on it and apply for the course. They will receive it on the back end and process your application. We also have a question from Babatunde Olarewaju Sunday. He goes, what is the hope of a fresh graduate in Lagos? It's very similar to the next question I wanted to ask you, which is, people say that, oh, is it difficult to get into the tech industry? Why is it difficult to get into the tech industry? And is there actually room for people that are fresh graduates in the tech industry? If I throw it to Kamal first, and then Temida, if you don't mind taking on a question after Kamal to answer that question for Babatunde in the chat. Thank you so much.
Okay. To actually answer that question and also to respond to.
Kamal, we can't seem to hear you because I can't hear you right now. Temidai, can you hear Kamal by any chance?
Not for me.
Okay, so if you don't mind if you don't mind answering the question while we wait for Kamal to rejoin, would you like me to repeat the question or you remember it?
No, I remember. So,
Thank you
for
so
a
much.
fresh graduate in Lagos, so one thing is that, like Wright said earlier, if you have the time, because learning skills requires time, okay, and so if you have the time, the hope is that there are different. The platform is there. The Lagos State government is magnanimous enough to provide this training fee as a student loan for you. So the hope is that go on the website, check the kind of courses that resonate with you, the kind of what you want to get into, then just sign up for it. And in terms of hope, maybe as a Nigerian, maybe say hope like maybe how to start making money from this thing. And if you don't have the skills, you can't make money. So let me just be straightforward like that. And so once you learn these skills, I've seen people that learned product design, and under 6 months, even before they finish their design, their graduation, they start getting gigs on that side, and opportunities are abound. But if you have the skills, if you can match up with the demand, I feel like in no time, and you are good, the market will draw you close. So the opportunities are endless, okay? And but one thing that is paramount to having is to have the right skills. So it is you can on daily basis. There's always recruitment for product designer, recruitment for front end developer, this thing, and sometimes you think are there no skills sets to match up with this demand for these jobs. So the opportunities there are abound, and what is essential is for you to have the skills, get trained, and be good at it.
Thank you so much, Temidai. We lost you for a minute, Kamal. So I hope Oluwa Damilara is actually listening, because he has written in the chat that there's no hope. But I hear that Temidai has sold hope for us. You just need to be skilled and make sure you practice your skill and are good at what you're doing. And it doesn't necessarily have to be programming. There are other areas in the tech ecosystem, like in the tech industry, that does not require coding, like product management, for instance. Kamal, if I just throw that same question to you, are there any hopes for fresh graduates? Are there hope for, like, what's the taste like for analysts? Plainly because the Talem does a lot of data analytics and business analytics. What are the hopes for people in terms of getting jobs?
So thank you for that question once more. In my opinion, and I think my opinion also speaks to a lot of opinions, the entry barrier into tech is one of the lowest you can find. I have seen people transform their lives with just their laptop and an internet connection. And one more thing, the willpower and the desire to be better, right? Without knowing anybody. So in times past, we've heard, especially within our own society, where you need people to introduce you to jobs or get you into the door of organizations. But we're thankful for tech. Tech is like that leveler that everybody or anybody can access a job, a decent job for that matter, without knowing anybody. All you need is your brain and the willpower to actually go for what you want, right? So in terms of opportunities are abound. That's the way to meet it. You can do a random Google search on the internet today, and I can tell you the top 5 roles that will come out are tech roles, right? These are tech roles. And the beauty of it again is the fact that these roles, you can work at this role even remotely, right? So the opportunities are there. The entry barrier is pretty low. All you need to do is get that skill that is required. And on this platform, you have good partners to support you through that process. So do not worry. If coding is an issue, like Temidaya has also mentioned, there there are so many an area or a spectrum of roles within tech that you can fit in that best suits your person and the skills that you have. So do not worry at all.
Okay, so thank you so much for that, Kamal. Timida, I want to throw a question to you where someone had actually asked that, what are the opportunities? We're doing girl code. What are the opportunities for female programmers in the job market today? Would you say it's limited, or it isn't? And what exactly are the opportunities?
I didn't get you. I lost you for some.
So it had a question thrown to us prior to this session where it was like, what are the opportunities for female programmers, specific to female programmers? Because I'm assuming that the person that sent the question is saying that when you think tech bro, it's more a male dominated industry. But like, of course, one of the reasons why we're onboarded you is like looking specifically to the girls and ensuring that they have these skills as well and they're not left behind. So the person's asking, what are the opportunities for female programmers or females in the tech industry in today's market? In other words, is there sexism there? Is there an
Yeah,
equality
yeah.
issue or what it is that? If you could speak to that for us, please.
All right. I understand that there's gender imbalance in the tech space. Like, I'm proud before the last 2 years, and
Timida, we can't hear you again. I'm not sure. I think I've lost you. Hello.
can we hear?
Okay, I can hear you now. Thank you very much.
All right.
So we
So,
didn't. Yeah,
um,
we can hear you now. Okay, Kamal, it seems like we've lost Timidai. So whilst we wait for him to come back, a question was thrown to me. So with data analytics, what are the opportunities? Like, what are the real jobs that people should be looking out for? So if, for instance, I was coming to Detalium to sign up for one of your data analytics job courses, what jobs am I looking at, and what are my salary expectations, or what should I be looking at as collecting as my salary? Should I complete the course and I'm good at it?
Okay. So I'm going to come from a global perspective because it's tech, right? The opportunities first, the data industry in itself is projected to grow by, or valued, is valued at $229 billion. These figures are projected for 2025. So this is an industry that is growing exponentially, right? So when you look at the opportunities that lie in such an industry, you will know that based on the value, there are lots of opportunities, right? So some of the careers that you might want to consider when you upskill yourself in this regard, you have the likes of data analyst. You can be a data analyst. I'm sure a lot of us, when we go online, we see job requests or or what do you call them? Um, Job vacancies in this regard. Data scientist, you can be a data scientist. You can also be a DevOps engineer or a data engineer. You can also be a database administrator. Within the data sphere of or data aspect of tech, there are lots of opportunities, right? And they are highly rewarding. They are highly rewarding in such that an average salary today of a data analyst is $120,000.
As entry level?
At entry level, you can, with a good bargain, you can get $90,000.
Oh, wow.
$90,000 at
So
entry level.
Oluwa Damilara had asked in the chat box that even if we have the skill, we need money to put into effectiveness. So what I'm hearing is if you actually have the skill and you get the job, the money will come. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, if you have the skill and the job, the money will definitely come.
Okay.
If
And then
there's something we're sure of, that is it. Money
so
will come.
Oluwa, speaking to Oluwa Damilara and anybody that has the same question. So the beauty of what we're actually providing to all Lagos State residents is access to finance for studying any of these tech courses. Again, I'll say if you go on our website www.lagosinnovate.ng, I've also put that in our on all chat boxes that you look at the courses that would appeal to you in terms of like what the two speakers have spoken to. Kamal has spoken from Detalium and Temidai from Girl Code, stating that it needs to be something that you are interested in. So if you're not someone that wants to code, you don't want to do baby coding like Tim Dyer said he's been told that he was doing baby coding. Pick what actually appeals to you. So it might be actually data analytics. It might be it might be front end and back end design, you need coding, but it might actually be product management. And if it's product management, you don't need to code, but pick what is to your strength and what you're interested in, so that you can see through the you can go through you can continue the course and complete it and enjoy what you're doing, so that you end up with actually having a job. And what I love about what we've actually done with this, like how we revamped this talent development program, is that we put into another level of actually getting people into internships, so that you actually learn on the job, you work on projects whilst you're learning, but you also have the opportunity to work on a project when you get into internship, as long as you complete as long as you complete the course. But I wanted to ask the talent specifically. So how does the application process look like on your side, and what happens after you've completed the application?
Okay, so the application on the Italium side is once you've gone through the Lagos Innovate website and you've selected Italium as a partner in which you want to upskill yourself with or in, um, you go through the form, you register with your details. Upon registration, we're going to send you an email confirming your registration. Once that is done, you're going to go through some level of pre-assessment, right? We want you to understand you are also a best fit for the program. One thing is to have the desire. Another thing is also to assess you and to advise you on which role is right for you as well, right? We want to ensure that you want to ensure your success within the program. Once the assessment is done, then we also communicate onboarding, right? We onboard you onto the program, then training begins. We take you through the entire program in itself. And once you're done, we also do some assessment based on projects, and we engage you further for certifications and also expose you to opportunities where you would be hired.
Thank you very much, Camille. So, Timidai, I wanted, because we lost you for a minute, I wanted you to speak to the opportunities for females in the tech ecosystem, especially if, not just programmers, females that actually, because your school is actually specific for females, so it's a it's girl code. So it'd be nice to know, like, just speak to the opportunities for females. Is there gender inequality in in the sector? Is that why we're focusing on actually upskilling or giving women the opportunity to actually have this capacity building for them? Timidai, we can't hear you. Do you want to unmute your mic? Because I can't hear you. I still can't hear you. Timidai, we can't hear you at all. Camille, can you hear him? Just confirm if it's just me
No, I
that's
can't. I
okay.
can't hear Temila.
Simdai, I'm so sorry, we can't hear you. So do you want to maybe leave and come back and see, so that you're not like we can hear what you're saying? And whilst you do that, I'll just ask the next question or speak a little bit to the actual program. So with this program, we have, like I mentioned, we have an array of courses by different schools. What we expect from me is actually we LSCTF alongside Honeywell would pay 80% of your course fees. So we expect that you pay 20% of your course fees, but we'll pay 80% of your course fees as a student loan for you. And I understand that some people, even whilst they're in training, are already working and getting paid internships. So at the end of your course, we expect that you will pay us back. But what happens is, once we get your like those that have assessed and they've passed the assessment for each school, they send it to LSCTF for us to approve the loans. Once the loans are approved, you can start your course with no thought of paying the student loan back until you've completed. But you would have an offer letter from LSCTF to yourselves, so that you know that yes, you can actually not be worried about the cost of your fees. All you need to do is 20% of your cost, which shows that you're actually committed to this as well. And it's not just LSCTF and Honeywell paying your way through. Whilst we wait for Temidayo to join, um, Kamal, do you want to speak to what support you would have for the beneficiaries of your those that sign up for the Talem and get through to what do you have as should I say, as benefits after they've completed? What support would you give the participants once they've completed with you?
Oh, okay. All right. So at the Italium, Post-training support has always been part of our process, is embedded in all our processes. So you are sure that upon completion, you would have a mentorship, career mentorship, because in anything you're doing, you require direction so that you don't make lots of mistakes along the way. So mentorship, career mentorship is there. Will also help with your personal branding. One thing is to be very skilled at tech or be skilled generally. But how do you sell yourself? How do you position yourself in the industry in such a way that you also attract recruiters? How do people even perceive you? Right? So also help with your personal branding. That is also part of the things you would have with us. Then we also have a community that is growing, a community of data analysts and data scientists. And we have members across the globe, basically. So we'll also introduce you into that community where you begin to network with people. You have access to opportunities, rooms to work on various projects to build your portfolio. And finally, to also show your potential or prospective recruiters what you have or what you have learned over the period will help you in building portfolios. These are like your, this will speak for you because most recruiters will want to see, okay, what have you done? What projects have you done? We'll help you in that regard in building a portfolio that will speak to the skills you required over the period. And I believe once you've done that, you are set for success. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kamal. Tamida, I see you. Let's just try again so you can actually answer some of the questions thrown at you. I can't hear you. Kamal, can you hear Temidayo?
No, I can't hear you myself.
Temidayo, unfortunately, we cannot hear you. This technical issue is actually a lot. Have you unmuted your mic? Okay, so if I go to the next question, Timida, I apologize about that. What I wanted to ask was, so what would you say? Like, obviously, I know that the Talim also has an academy, and like you have an academy, but you also have a careers platform. And what would you say recruiters are really looking for in the tech industry for for people that want to go into the tech industry when you're going, like you've said, branding, and I'm glad that you mentioned that the support you give is branding because often people have the
I
skills
think
but they don't know. Oh, you're back now, Temidayo. Thank you. We can
all
hear you
right.
now. But if I just complete this question for Camille, so that I don't break the train of thought and people listening. So what would you say that, like, I like that you've spoken to personal branding because some of us, like some people are skilled, but they don't know how to sell themselves in terms of getting the right jobs for themselves. And I know that you have the career and platform. What would you say recruiters are looking for?
Okay, so the growing trend with recruiters and headhunters, especially in tech, like I earlier mentioned, first they need to perceive or you need to show or give them an inclination that you actually know your onions, you understand what you're doing, right? So how you position yourself online, right, with the use of various platforms like LinkedIn and the like. You position yourself, you show your work, you talk about it, especially areas in tech in which you are very skilled at or you're conversant with. You need to project that image to the world. Recruiters will also go in further to know things that we've done. What kind of projects have you worked on? And how well can you do it, right? Because they are recruiting for a position, they are recruiting for a company. They want to see an alignment based on your experience. So building a portfolio in that regard will help them in their decision making. All right. And at the tail end of things, once they've engaged you, they will also want to know, okay, how is this person's interpersonal skills? Or how is this person's attitude? Is it one person that would like to go the extra mile? Does he exhibit the can do spirit? So, based on engagement, they begin to assess you. Sometimes you might not even know. You might just be a task you're given at the final stage of your recruitment, and your attitude towards that task or how you did it will determine if you are the right talent for them. So it is very important to pay attention to these things and be intentional along your journey.
Thank you very much for that. I like the be intentional. So know what you're signing up for before you sign up. Know that that's what you actually want to learn, because at the end of the day, it's a loan and you need to pay it back. So you don't want to, like, as beneficiaries, possible beneficiaries of the talent development program with either of these schools, you don't want to waste your money. So it's something that you should look at it, even if you need to contact the schools. I'm aware, like you can see, the schools are here with us on a session for sensitizing people on their career journeys in technology. So they're interested in the tech ecosystem, they're interested in the tech entrepreneurs, and they're interested in people that will actually want to learn about technology. What is this new hoo-ha about technology? How can I get involved? So I'm sure if you reached out to any of them or ourselves on questions on understanding better what the courses that are offered are, we'll be glad to answer you. Temidai, I'm hoping your microphone works this time. If you can
Yeah,
please answer, yeah, great, I can hear you. If you can please, if you can just give us, more information on the question asked about, what opportunities are for females. Would you say that the sector, it has a gender disparity on what is on offer? Like, is it a male dominated um, industry, and is that why we're now doing girl code, so that we focus in on ensuring that females are equipped with this skill as well? If you could just speak to that for us, thank you very much. And before you start,
yeah. Uh, um,
Uriah, I think your audio
we
is off.
lost you.
oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. So I said thank you for having Temidayo back. But just before
Yeah,
Temidayo started speaking, I just wanted
yeah.
to make mention that I'm conscious of time, and I'm conscious that
Okay.
we have an audience. So if the audience would like to use the chat room to ask any questions, if they need any clarifications, this is the opportunity to type in there whilst Temidayo is speaking to us about girl code. Thank you.
All right. So to answer your question, so I remember like some years back, we see some certain professionals just for male gender only. I remember when my younger sister was to enter SS1, and it was a fight at home. She said she was to do engineering, and my dad and I was like, engineering, is occurring here, and so because we've been made to believe that things like computer science, things like tech, engineering are male dominated, and they're specifically for male. But recently, in the last maybe the last 10 years and the last 5 years, we've seen that a lot of gender rebalancing has been happening in space. And still, the gap is still there. And that's why a vision like Gecko is there to, to balance, to introduce more women, more girls into tech. And yes, even now, even while maybe top, if you count how many, if you say 10 people should register for front-end development, I'm sure you see more males. Even if you enter more companies now, you see that maybe most of the engineering team, their tech team, they are comprised of males. But a lot of women are getting into the space. While a lot of women are getting into the space also too, there are reports that are saying that a lot of women are shying away from core coding courses also too. So a lot of them are kind of going to maybe things non-coding areas, which still they still need for balance in that space. And the opportunities for female, I feel like the opportunities for female in this space, in this age of whereby we are striving towards gender equality, is very wide. I've seen opportunities. I've seen call for applications and job opportunities that say they want to recruit female, like female only should apply. Men, go and hold yourself one side. And they keep repeating these rules out there because they want to fill this particular position with a female. And most organizations now, moving forward now, are striving towards DEI compliance, this DEI compliance, which is diversity, inclusion, and equality. And because most times the organization don't want to be like maybe girl code now, and out of 10 staff, you have nine male, and you like have and by the matter of fact, I'm the only guy in girl code also too. So a lot of the space opportunities for females are there because people we want more more women into tech roles, and the more women occupy these spaces, the more they get to be mentors to upcoming or younger girls, because so they can see a model. So that when they are talking about, oh, front end developer, they don't having this image of a man. Yeah, so they know, oh, Iriayo is a data analyst. Oh, I want to be like Iriayo also too. So the opportunities for female are abundant. And then with Girl Code, we actually push for more gender representation, especially as regards to female. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tim Dye, for that. And I like it. So even when I wanted to go and study my first degree and I wanted to do computer systems engineering, my mom was like, but I'm glad I did that. I have a question before in the chat before I go ahead with the next question for you, Timmy Dio. Tofomi has asked that are there design codes on this program? From the top of my head, I don't think Detalium has any design codes. Timida, if you correct me if I'm wrong, I don't also think that Girl Code has that. But if you go on our website, I believe Seed Builder has been one of our partners, does have a design it has a design course under this program. So please go and check Tim to for me under Seed Builders. I believe Seed Builders has a design course in this program. So to Tim, what I wanted to ask you was, what do you think, from your point of view, recruiters are actually looking for in terms of skills in the tech sector?
So one thing I'm sure every recruiter is looking for, number one thing, is it, do you have the skills to do the job? So if you have the skills to do the job, so that number one thing, it sells you faster. And other thing, do you have the experience? So sometimes different roles have different requirements. So for entry level, they might not look at your experience, for instance. So they just want to look at the things you've tried your hands on and if you have the skills. So if you have these two things, and so they will not go forward to things like maybe personality, maybe work disability and things like that. But the two main things any recruiter, even if you yourself want to recruit someone, even as low as a driver, as low as, oh, can you drive? If you are nice, if you are nice in your pocket, if you are fine, like, can you drive? Okay, you can drive. So we now go on to other things. So number one, if you have the skills and you have the experience also too. So experience doesn't even really count. Sometimes you see some entry some position and say, oh, 0 to 1 year experience. So they don't really have to have experience, but do you have the skills? So like so there are hierarchies in this experience, but the number one thing that is germane is having the skills. And having the skills, I know a lot of all these HR, all these people that want to recruit you do your CV, tell you to do a lot of expert to aspire. When it comes to tech, if you cannot do to four, don't tell them, oh, I can do 2 plus 2 and I turn it to four. Like because I've seen cases where we were recruiting for tech roles, and this person said they can do this, they can do that, they've done this, I do, I was on that, we designed this page, and then you give them competency tests, and they can't actually do what they said that they can do. So don't be too. There's a space for learning, a space for learning, and then there's a space for the outcome also too. So, but most importantly, once you see position, once you read the job, the description, if there are things you can do, you should apply for it. And so most times recruiters want to see those things. And one thing I understand in the HR sector is that sometimes all these things they share your CV around. They might not even tell you that, oh, maybe we could not recruit you for this position. Maybe my friend that is an HR, oh, do you have some people that you recruited and you were not able to assign bring on board, oh, share their listing with you. But if I blacklisted you on my side as one is part aspire person, that you say you have 10 years of React JS, and you don't even know where there's this course on the page. And so once you have the skills, I think recruiters want to know who they have the skills. This person have the skills, then they move on to other things like personality, work disability, culture, disability. But once you have the skills and you have the experience, I think you are good to go.
Thank you so much, Timidai. So what I'm hearing from both Kamal and Timidai is you need to have the skills, learn the skills, have the capacity to actually do the work, but also bear in mind that soft skills are now the next thing. So as they say, the world is going digital. So at some point, it's the human factor, the soft skills that you have that will be getting you the jobs. I read, or should I say, I was informed over the weekend that like in 2030, two-thirds of all the jobs in the world will be, you have to have soft skills to be able to get the jobs. So make sure you get the skill, be competent in the skill, have the capacity to do the work, but don't be scared that there's a gap. You can learn on the job as well, but be honest so that you're not aspiring to perspire. They give you the work and you cannot do it. I have not been honest about it, but also have the soft skills. I'm looking in the chat box and we don't have any questions. We still have 5 minutes on our time. I just want to reiterate for anyone that's just joined us, we're talking about career journeys in technology or in the tech area. LSETF is providing access to affordable finance for those that want to upskill themselves. You want to increase your capacity on a tech course. We currently have 10 partners on our website that provide different courses that you may be interested in. Most of them also give the opportunity. Some of them are physical, some of them are hybrid, some of them are online only. So you get to pick what actually works for you as an individual. Make sure you're interested in what you're doing, have the tenacity to actually complete the course. I can tell you that when I signed off for Detalium, I knew that I was in school again. I picked the weekend course and Jesus didn't work on me. And I learned a lot during the process. And I intend to do the same thing with Girl My Course so I can actually experience what the participants of these courses are going to be going through as well. But I want to open the floor for Detalium and Girl My Course to have any, if you have any last words you want to give everybody out there for why they should come and sign up for your courses. Kamal, do you want to go first?
Okay. All right. So my final words would be, like I earlier mentioned, technology is now the leveler. Um, Gone are the days where we sit and fold our arms and wait for opportunities to come. Now is the time for you to take those opportunities. And this platform gives you an opportunity, a life-changing opportunity for it for now and also the future. And the skills that you will also be learning will not just serve you for today or tomorrow, but there are skills that you will carry and they will also help you be globally functional and also earn decent livings for yourself. Okay, so in the spirit of self-reliance and the spirit of decent work and in the spirit of growth and being better, I encourage you all to join in, sign up, and let's let's make each other better and grow together. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Kamal. What I'm hearing is these skills are not just for today. As you learn, nobody can take away from you what you've actually learned. Is improving yourself as an individual, and then you project yourself properly to actually work and earn from it. If I hand over the mic to you, Temidai, just for your last words before we round off.
All right. Like Kamal said, and one thing I will add is that see, everybody is coming to the digital space. Even my mom that sells food now. There was 1 year ago, she told me that they helped me to put my name on Google Maps so that they can see me. Because apparently, some Google people say, "Oh, we can put a business on this, and people can find you." And when I had to set up a business on Google Map, and sometimes you just wake up in the middle of the night and just check, my name is still there, and people can find me. And so it is as easy as that. And if and the world is going digital, AI is coming, Web3 is coming, a lot of innovative things are coming too. But if not even for to make money, if you don't even want to make, at least equip yourself for your own learning, for your own learning for learning outcomes, equip yourself, and then also too, there's no bad thing making money too, and also too maybe for future purposes too, because there sometimes I learned data analysis not because I want to learn data analysis, because most times if I give jobs out to people, they start using big words for me. They start telling me this thing will take 3 months to take 2 months. I'm like, what is in this thing? Like, at least so that when you're having the conversation, I can tell you, I don't want you to use Excel, use Tableau for me, or use Power BI.
Power
Like, so
BI,
that
yeah.
you will know that you need to, so that you won't come and using them. So sometimes information, knowledge is not lost, and it is actually power. So for your own self-interest, the way you take care of yourself, eating food every day, take care of yourself to actually learn also. So no knowledge is lost, and Lagos State is trying. They have made it like just for you to actually learn for this thing, and I think no other state is doing this, and I think it is very good to actually take this opportunity. All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. So before we close off, I just want to say that please go on our website, LSCTF. We're very interested in equipping you with the knowledge you need for upskilling yourself, for getting into jobs. We have reputable schools on our platform that you can go and learn from. We're not restricting you to one or two. We have 10 schools you can actually go to. We've given you the opportunity to have these sessions either hybrid. If you want a physical class, you can go in for physical class. If your preference is online, you could also get that. Our website is www.lsetf.ng. And for the Lagos Innovates, it's www.lagosinnovates.ng. All our programs are there. We're specifically focused at equipping the techpreneurs and creating an enabling environment for any tech business or tech enabled business or techie, any, like, the tech bros and tech sisters to succeed in Lagos State. Our opportunities are open to all Lagos State residents. So please feel free to do that. If you need any help, or you can call, you can go to your liaison offices. We have one liaison office in every local government area. Alternatively, you can call our line 017,969. That's 017,969. Thank you again, Kamal. Thank you very much,
Thank
Timmy
you.
Dio. And we look forward to making impact in the tech ecosystem in Lagos State. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
everybody, for joining
Thank
us.
you. Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye, everyone.